Tennessee Homestead. How the heck are you today? Beautiful day today. Hope it's going good for you guys. Alrighty, let's talk about something that new homesteaders really need. They have problems with, and all of us went through it. Okay, all of us go through it. So don't blame yourself. When you first get on your property, hold down the animal purchase. I see this all the time. Everybody else does. It's kind of a chuckle to the people that have been around for a while, but it's like, I want some chickens, I want some goats, I want some sheep, I want a cow, I want the, what do you want the livestock around. And then you get it and it turns into a fiasco. Kid you not. A famous YouTuber here on YouTube, very large channel, huge following, and he was making some mistakes. Seriously, when he first started out. Because of one simple thing. He got the animals first before he had the infrastructure to deal with the animals. I have said since the day I started talking about this stuff, infrastructure first. Make sure before you go out buying baby chicks, you have a chicken coop. Make sure before you go out and buy goats, you've got a place for them to get out of the weather and feeders and all the things you're going to need for those goats in place. Same thing with sheep. Of course, sheep, pretty much if you got a small building and grass, they're good. Cattle. Cattle is very important. I had one fellow that I was talking to who had went out and didn't have his infrastructure in yet. He knew he needed it, and he was going to add it, but he figured, I'll just get a few cows, throw them out there in the pasture, and let them do their thing. Well, suddenly he had a problem where one of his animals got hurt. He had no way to treat it. And it was a minor thing. It just ripped its leg open on a piece of T-bar that was sticking up out of the ground. Somebody had whacked off. All he needed to do was run in, put it in a head gate, and treat the wound, stitch it up, be done with it. Then he was going to try to get a vet. He didn't even have a livestock trailer. He had the guy he bought it from transported the animals out to his property. He paid a fortune to that vet. And the vet explained to him why. You got me out here in a pasture while you're trying to hang on to a cow that's done kicked me once. You've got no facilities. I told you when you told me you had no facilities, you need to bring the animal into the office, and you tell me you don't even have a way to transport the animal. Vet was not happy with him, and the bill reflected that. Infrastructure first. You have to, when you buy an animal, you are taking on the responsibility of that animal's life, be it a chicken or a cow. Please keep that in mind. Most of our farm animals are here for one reason mainly, and that is either production, eggs, things of that nature, or food. From the time their paws hit the pavement on your property, a good homesteader wants to provide the best life they can for that animal. I can't think of his name right off the top of my head, but there's a saying going around, a while back, cows have a really great life, and then one bad day. And it's true. You treat them like pets, you love them to death, breaks your heart. You know that you got to do it, but breaks your heart. It's a great life. And that's going to require you being able to have the facilities take care of it. I had a lady who had went out and bought a large flock of chickens. And she had one chicken that she was having a problem with, and she had no clue what was wrong with it, and this poor bird had ran around like that for days, and it was egg bound. She had no idea. You want to research your animal? Learn as much as you can about their issues and their problems. Okay, you don't have to be a vet, and that's what she should have done, called a vet. Or another farmer. But she didn't. Instead, that poor bird, that had to be one uncomfortable week she spent. Or it wasn't quite a week, it was just a few days. But still, skills are important, and that should be where you focus. As a new homesteader, focus on your skills. You should feel pretty confident you know just about everything there is to know about chickens and goats and whatever animal you're bringing out to your homestead before you even get out there and start looking. Talk to experienced people. See what they have to say. Make some friends maybe with some experienced people so that you got somebody you can pick up the phone and call and say, hey, this is what's going on. You've seen this before? You know, a lot of times they go, yeah, here's what it is. Not a big deal. It's how everybody learns. I always laughed. Experience comes usually one mistake at a time. It's how most of us learn. So don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to ask for help. But at the same time, make sure that you have the infrastructure and the facilities on your property before you go shopping animals. If you can't secure your chickens in a good, safe place when they roost at night, they could be attacked by assorted creatures. Little possums, I hate those things. They are one of the few animals that will kill a chicken for sport. They won't eat it, just rip it to pieces. But, you know, everything loves chicken. Cats, dogs, you name it, they all eat chicken. If you don't have a way to properly secure those chickens at night, guess what's going to happen to you? I had one lady who thought it was real cute that the puppy like chasing chickens around a little bit. It's about, I guess, maybe 8-month-old. Pretty little pit bull. Sweet as it could be. Dogs and cats don't play with chickens. They play a game of chase and tag kind of thing. That usually turns into predatory action. And they will attack the animal and kill it. She lost a whole flock of birds. Didn't eat them. Kind of chewed one up, but pretty much just killed all of them. For fun. It was a toy. See? Facilities first. And if you see one of your puppies chasing after chickens, I've got an old video of on that. Sounds kind of rough, but it works. Facilities first. Infrastructure first. If I can teach you nothing else about raising animals on your homestead. As a new homesteader, infrastructure first. While you're building up your infrastructure to deal with a particular animal, be getting the skill set to take care of them. We want them to have a great life. And one bad day. If you do that, you'll be all right. Okay? And that's where everybody gets to. But the most common mistake is they don't have the facilities. And second problem, and this one's pretty simple, start small. You know, you don't need 45 chickens to raise chickens. And trust me, 45 chickens are going to be more than a new person to raising chickens is going to be able to deal with. You're going to have more problems than pleasures. And chickens are great little creatures. They're funny as snot. Make sure you have the infrastructure. Make sure you start small. Don't get crazy. Okay? 4 chickens will give your family plenty of eggs to eat. Homesteading is not that place where it's go big or go home. If you go too big without having the skill sets and infrastructure and things of this nature on your property, when those animals hit there, I can almost assure you it's going to lead to some form of a disaster. Just about every time I've seen somebody do that, they've had problems. Okay, one more quick case and I'll let you go. Truck driver and his wife and family bought a small farm. He went out to the auction and bought a truckload, read my lips, a truckload of bred cows. He didn't know much about cows. Turns out that these were commercial cows bred to a bad bull, and it had very high birth rates. He's out on the West Coast driving around somewhere, and this woman's out pulling calves, and didn't know what she was doing. Didn't even have a set of pull chains. And she went into a tractor supply store trying to get advice, and they were trying to give her these 30 protein tubs to feed her cows. And when I got involved, I was like, oh, no, put that back. You do not want to put these girls on a high protein diet because it's just going to make that calf grow bigger. You know, put them on grass, hay, period. That's it. No feed. Simple. You want the calf a little underweight if at all possible so that she has an easy birthing time so you're not losing both calf and cow. A little tad bit of experience there. Use your head. And they'll all turn out all right. Don't go nuts with the number of animals you buy and dump on a poor. That woman should, if I'd have her, I'd have beat her husband half to death when he got back. That girl had pulled like a dozen calves. And that's hard work, folks. It's a little like trying to pull a car with a chain halfway up a hill. Keep those things in mind. And hey, if you have questions about stuff, I don't care, if you just, the video I've just done is about, I don't know, flying to the moon. I don't have a problem if you go, hey, I ran into this situation. Have you ever had this before? And I'll get back to you. Might take a day. But I try to read my comments every day. Sometimes I don't have time to respond to them. Okay? So if I see it's something critical, I'll try to get right back with you. There's help out there for you. And if I can't help you, call Danny down to Deep South Homestead. Between him and Wanda, they'll have it covered for you. Okay? This is Rick, Jesse Homestead. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Heed that little bit of advice starting a new homestead, and you will do just fine. Okay? And before you know it, you'll be the people that they're asking questions to when they go, how do we handle this? Because you've been there and done that already. All right. Have a great week. We'll talk to you real soon.